Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is the captain speaking. Please make yourselves comfortable. I do hope you enjoy the flight.
I was on my phone for too long in that Uber, and now I have a headache, so might take a nap. It turns out I was walking around Melbourne with my fly undone, but that's okay. We've got my snacks for tomorrow, and I'm gonna take you through my little haul. Every time I go to an expo, it's so hard to find water, and it's not as easy to kind of just go and refill it when you're in between lifts and stuff. I have a drink bottle, but we're also going to have this ready to go. Gatorade. I actually never really use electrolytes when I'm training. I've only ever used it when I was back in my running era, but my coach was like, just have them just in case. Breakfast tomorrow. At the last expo, I had trouble. I went to weigh in and then had trouble kind of like finding a breakfast that I actually wanted to have pre-comp. So we're prepared just in case. We've got a bagel, we've got honey for the bagel, and we're gonna have a protein smoothie. Definitely give me enough time to digest this before I start warm-ups. The honey is also just in case I feel like, do you know what that, yeah. Sculling it, that's the word, sculling it throughout the comp in case I need like quick sugar. Speaking of quick sugar, Haribo, in case I don't feel like the honey and I actually want something to chew on. But surprisingly, there's also I haven't checked if this works, but there's like there's a scale here randomly. I wonder if this works. Oh, yep, mad. I am on the cusp of my weight class. So tomorrow I'm gonna step on this tomorrow morning just to double check. And if it says over 70, I am going to use this to just huckalooey my way to under 70. I have my caffeine plan ready to go. We're gonna have this during my muscle up warm up, and we're gonna have this before I squat. I love coffee so much, but there's just not enough caffeine in them. Well, as much as I want for the comp, so we're gonna double park. Last but not least, tonight's dinner. I will not be putting the soy sauce on there because, again, scared of being a little too close to my weight class limit. So, yum! Here we go. Okay, we are going to do one more block of client feedback before I log off for the weekend. Basically, my online clients, they upload their training videos to the app, and then I'll watch them, give them feedback, and then that way they can go into the new week of their program knowing exactly what it is they need to work on. I say log off for the weekend, but if you were with me in my last Melbourne comp, you'll know that I still logged on and did work. I'm trying this new thing where I work just Monday to Friday, but I can't help it. Sometimes I just go online because I'm like,
well, then I'll have less work to do on Monday if I do it on the weekend.
Sometimes it's nice because then it feels good on Monday, but then other times I'll be super drained on Monday and I'm like, should have taken a rest. I find it really hard to know when to go and when to rest. And I've been doing this for a while now. If anyone has advice, you can pop them in the comments about knowing when to push and when not to push, especially when it comes to work. Sustainable working practices has been my goal for eons now. Am I successful with it? I don't know. That being said, I know so many coaches that just don't take days off of work. And then when they tell me this, I don't know, I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be taking days off. But then I also can't imagine, I don't want that. I can't imagine not taking a day off. I know, like, if I go traveling, I'll still probably work. So I'm sure some people would look at that and be like, why are you doing that? I don't know. Everyone's so different, you know, like when it comes to what works for them, especially when it comes to a business. Like, I think the beauty of running your own business is that you can do whatever the hell you want, which is so cool. I think the con of running a business is that, like, what if doing whatever the hell you want isn't like the best way to do it, you know? Or, you know, there's a better way for you to be doing it and you don't have to be as burnt out. Or, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm just not pushing hard enough. It's weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. You'd think I'd know this by now. I've been running a business since like 2018. All right, we are going to pack my bag for tomorrow. Already in here, gum, lip balm, earphones, charger. This is a final rep comp, so we gotta prove that I'm Australian, so I bought my passport. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Okay, we're not packing these because I'll wear them to the comp tomorrow, but Nike Freeze. Squat shoes. Wow. People will be like, oh, calisthenics, bodyweight sport. And then I have this fucking massive bag. Knee sleeves. These are no longer SBD, these are Harris Stability. I'm liking them so far, so in they go. We can't do weighted chins and weighted dips and weighted muscles. 3 out of the 4 lifts without a weight belt. King weighted, super light. Here's my dilemma. Oh, I got these last year in a medium. At about the same time that I started using sleeves, I got really into front lever. And I swear my forearms, I don't really measure my forearms, but I'm telling you they got bigger. And I get that it's normal to have trouble putting them on, but it was like really bad. Even the person helping me, they're struggling. So then I was like, I'm gonna get large. You pay for these in euros. I'm in Australia. Can you imagine? I just think these ones are like too big for me. I did get a volume PB in these the other week. Even someone on YouTube was like, bro, those are too big for you. And I was like, mate, I know. Like, it's tight where I need it to be, but this is gonna annoy me, like having it feel so loose. The thing is, my right forearm is bigger than my left forearm. I'm gonna bring both. If I have trouble putting these on, then we'll put the large on. The fucking privilege of just having so many sleeves. Crazy work, crazy work. And my belt. Holy fuck, I can't. I haven't even put the snacks in yet. Okay, almost there. Tape for muscle ups. I don't actually reckon I'm gonna use that. Voltaren for the tricep and the lat. And liquid chalk, which they always have at comps anyway. Well, yeah, obviously there's room for the snacks. I just feel like this is so extra. So extra. That's fine. This entire competing is extra. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Let's put that away. Let's put it away. It's 8:30 p.m., which I feel like, it's a little bit too early to go to bed. So I'm going to read my book. I'm going to do that for an hour and a half, probably, until I have to wake up. I have weigh-in at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm going to be there at 8 a.m. so that I can eat straight away. I had a full-on dream last night that I was over my weight class, so I'm actually really nervous. But it's fine, we've got plans if it doesn't work. 69.3, okay. Yes! I posted on my close friends if I should wear purple or yellow. Most people voted yellow. A couple of people, including my coach, actually voted purple. And so I was like pretty set on yellow, you know, I love it on the skin tone.
Thank you.
And then, I don't know, I think like, I don't want to say body dysmorphia, just because from previous events, I don't want to look back at photos or get photos back and then immediately start picking myself apart. And I feel like if I'm wearing just a bra, I'm going to do that, which I know is like, wrong, like I shouldn't be thinking that way. So we've gone with purple just so that at least when I get the photos and the videos back, I can just look at them, look at the lifts and feel good about myself. So we've gone with purple and Nike Pros, of course. It'll fix itself. I swear I'm normally so much more hype for comp, and a few weeks ago I was, because it looked like I was close to beating or getting close to a lot of my old PRs, which would be sick. The thing is, in between like comp prep, which is super intense, I had so much on, and not in a bad way, like in the best way. I honestly don't think I would change anything about this prep because I had so many friends come over from overseas, Cali friends from Instagram. We were doing trips up to the Gold Coast and I was doing way more calisthenics than I probably should have been during such an intense phase. And then on top of that, I had an intensive called Gains in the Ghetto, and there were so many amazing coaches there and just incredible people that like I would not have gone to that. I wanted to go that for ages, so I'm really glad I went. Even before Gains in the Ghetto, which was like the first weekend of March, I was already kind of feeling it in my tricep. I know I say tricep, but it's affecting my pull movements because anytime I depress, instead of my lat getting engaged, especially at the end range, my tricep just starts firing. So training for that last week of comp, just like my 2 kind of peak weeks into lead up to tapering, which is not good and kind of demoralizing. But that's okay. I've experimented with like different warm-ups and we're just gonna go in there. We're gonna try our best because the goal ideally is to try to make it to Singapore for Asian Championships. It's Australia's first time being able to qualify for this because we've never really been able to qualify for a final rep comp before. So we're just gonna go in, we're gonna try our best and we're just gonna send it. Some reps, they're gonna be a bit painful, but that's expected. We're just gonna fucking rely on adrenaline, good vibes, knowing that I'm just gonna give my best, even if my best isn't what I thought it would look like by now. But it'll be so exciting to see everyone as well. I'm sure it is in every country, but the Aussie Cali community is just so spread out. So it's nice to have events like these where we just get a chance to catch up. And then hopefully after we're done competing, we get a chance to mess around and just play around, do, you know, what it's really about, I guess. Hello, it's 9 a.m. on a Sunday and I only just got out of bed. I didn't get to bed until like midnight last night because my mates and I went to dinner at a friend's place and just watched a movie, and then we didn't even finish watching the movie because we all just wanted to go to sleep. So that is what your late 20s looks like. The hotel has a coffee machine. Amazing. I didn't end up having this protein smoothie. Is it gross? And it could be a bit like iced latte-ish. I feel like this is a recipe for the toilet. It's fine. I ruined it. Oh my god! I can't zoom in any. Oh, I can. Wahoo! Yesterday was so fun. I definitely feel so out of routine, so I'm kind of keen to get back into normal life, especially without like so much mental energy going to comp prep as well. How did I do this? How does that work? Ugh. Anyway, I told myself to sleep in. I set my alarm at like 7, which I guess in Australian terms is like so bloody late. And I was still asleep when my alarm rang. So I feel like I definitely need to go home and prioritize sleeping, but also just getting back into like a good circadian rhythm for sure. Oh yeah, I guess I never really spoke about, I didn't really give a rundown on post-comp. I'm really proud of myself. I was so nervous going into it, especially because the back end of comp prep was definitely not how we wanted it to go. So when my coach had given me my numbers like the day before, I was worried. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But then it ended up being so much more. Like I got my best total so far, a 7.5 kilo improvement from nationals last year, despite a messy prep. So yeah, I'm like buzzing. Was I so happy because it was just exceeding expectations? Probably, but I don't know. It was such a nice day and such a nice comp. And if anything, I'm walking away being like, cool, like if that's how that event went, imagine how much more potential you have. And it makes me so excited, which I think is why I love strength training in the first place. Like, it's just so nice to kind of see what you're capable of. Imagine what you're now going to be able to do with even more time to prep. And it just makes me really excited. Makes me really excited. Anyway, I'm off to do a bit more work. I'm going to visit Nike. I've never been before, like the Nike headquarters. My manager said I can just work there because I've got to check out of here at 11. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting to spend my comp weekend with me. And if you want to see more vlogs, I've got some exciting stuff coming up with Nike in April and my calisthenics club and training, or if you just want to see a normal day in the life, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.